it's a plot to drop the IQ. Fighting amongst each other over rumors that don't like you. Prefer us trapped in melancholy with the wood ones of holly. Suggestions that obliterate to camouflage the folly. Attempted mental robbery, executed softly. The hypocrisy, this mockery, and walk the talk with me. Put the hands up to touch the Akasha, cause you know deep down there's something bigger than your wallet.
Sweet eternal balance of all that is good, true, and beautiful, friends. Welcome to your still coming out of the bushes, not very middle path. Hopefully you can hear me okay. You probably don't want to hear me hearing this voice. It's crazy. But I'm so glad to be here with you guys. I'm alive. I just wanted to do a quick show to tell you that I'm alive and to mention a few things that make me very excited. Everybody go to the Rockfin chat and tell Johnny to shut the fuck up. That song is awesome. It's his song. He's the artist. Thank you, False Reality Check. It is good to be back. What's up, Snake Jones, in the chat? So, it's been a while, and I've definitely been better. I'm okay right now, enough to do this show, to stumble through it a bit. But I just wanted to come say hi to you all. I've been doing replay episodes for a while. I don't really remember the last time I was on live. I think it was a week and a half ago. I think this is day 8 of my sickness. And, oh, Jasmine, thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate that. I also hope I feel better very soon. I really am feeling a lot better. My voice sounds worse than I feel, so that's a good thing. And clearly my skin tone is a little bit better. Things are on the up and up, but it's been a doozy, and it's interesting because we've been here before. Johnny and I both have had this seemingly exact same thing 2 years ago, 2019, right before the hoopla started, before the words were even mentioned out loud on air, anyone even knew them. Everybody was getting sick with a mysterious illness in the Seattle region. We were there for Thanksgiving, and we got sick too. I mean, I'm serious. When you go back to where I'm from, it's a very small place, and everybody knows everyone. So every time I went to the store, anywhere, you run into people you grew up with, you run into people you've known for years, and you say hi. 100% of them were like, it's so weird. Everybody's sick with this really bad sickness. Everybody said that to us. And then we got it too. And that was before anyone had ever even mentioned that this thing exists, if that's what it was. But this one that we now have almost two years and a handful of months later, so similar. Not as bad, actually. Like, not as bad. That first one floored us. We were like shaking and sweating profusely and just horrifying pain. Like, it was brutal. And this one wasn't as brutal at all. It's not been fun. I've definitely been better, but it is not. It's about half the severity. So I'm glad for that. It's so sorry. It's stupid to compare them, because when you're going through it, it sucks either way, right? But I'm gonna share with you what it was like, what I did to fix it, and I want to talk about how fucking happy I am with the goddamn truckers. Everyone, this is our practice right now. Close your eyes, imagine all the truckers in Canada, and send them love and joy. Just fucking pour your love and joy onto these beautiful people. No, it's not. It is fucking organic. No one has any evidence that it's not organic. This is exactly like Occupy to me, in that it is absolutely organic, but they are going to infiltrate. They are going to try to fucking derail it, and they're going to try to make you not believe in it. So fucking believe in it. These people, you don't get 500,000 people and 50,000 trucks or more if it's organic. Like, the shit that's not organic is like January 6th, where like 7 people showed up and 3 of them walked inside and none of them had weapons. That's not organic. And even that had organic elements to it for sure. There was real people who really believed in it. This shit is organic. this is like Occupy. We haven't seen something. And that's why there's a media blackout about it. I talked to someone today who I knew is very normie. And I said, hey, by the way, what do you think about the trucker convoy? And they were like, what are you talking about, a trucker convoy? I was like, people don't even know this is happening. That's how you know it's organic. So I'm sorry if you are so black-pilled that you can't see the white pill truth, but it is absolutely organic. And yes, they are probably going to try to do all kinds of fuckery to get it like to fall apart. But it's already won because all the people who know what's going on, which is most humans, know what's going on. Like, we are not watching the news. We're not fucking trapped in that mind control world. We see it for what it is. It's actually happening. All these people who are stuck in the mind control world, there's not actually that many of them. If you wouldn't get 50,000 trucks and all these people, if everybody was still mind controlled, this is a huge win for us. So one more example of how much we actually are winning and how many people actually are on our side. It's immense. It's insane. It's fucking awesome. We're going to look at a few videos and have fun with that in a second. So again, I'm sorry if you can't believe. I'm sorry if you're not joyous, exuberant, just so fucking happy for humans right now. Like that people finally did something instead of, this is what we needed. We needed these truckers to do. Yeah, they're going to fucking pull some shit. That's all they do. That's their lame ass tired bullshit. That's all they can fucking do is destroy. Who cares? We still won in the meantime. We're still having this moment together. It's a beautiful thing. People have come together to fucking bring food to all these truckers, all these people handing out food. They raised like $1 million fucking dollars or something, and goddamn fucking GoFundMe had to like shut them down because they're so fucking awful. That's amazing. When GoFundMe has to shut you down with no excuse, they don't even have a reason why, you are fucking winning. Like, that is so fucking cool. So very, very happy about that. And I want to look at some videos with you guys because it's just fun to celebrate. And I'm going to really try to get out of here soon so I don't spend my well-earned energy getting sick again. I don't want to overdo it. So I'm just going to say what's up, talk about a few things, and then go. But I'll say what's up to the people in the chat. Chance, nice to see you here tonight. Andy Diamond, what's up? The truckers are going to occupy Ottawa for as long as they can. That's what the money they raised is for. Good. Excellent. That's awesome. They broke the Guinness Book of World Records. Not just like broke it, they fucking shattered it. Like, it does, like, it's like 70 times larger than the last largest convoy. So it's insane. I'm sure they're not even measuring it accurately. Stephanie Martin in the chat. Mojo Shop over on YouTube. Marker 113. Nice to see you guys. Everything's better on Rockfin if you want to jump over there. That's where the good stuff is. And sorry, I'm a mouth breather. I actually can breathe through my nose right now, which is also really nice. But I wanted to share some things with you guys. Oh, first I wanted to share you. This is so sweet. This is well, actually I'll show you because I also have her site. So I do always want to remind you, rogueways.org is the place. It's the hub. You can grab my books here, get a tarot reading, get some spiritual guidance, spiritual healing ceremonies, orgone creations. My favorite are these new lotuses. I don't have any that are for sale in the shop right now, but you can get a custom orgone lotus votive. And they are beautiful. That's just one example. They can be any color, any intentions, any metals you like. And also I'm doing these rings now, if you didn't know. So there's lots of orgone that is available in the shop, and you can also always get a custom piece. Lots going on in the shop there. If you have done an order recently and you haven't gotten an email from me, that's not true. I email 100% of people about their orders to schedule their service or whatever it is they got. And so look in your spam. And if you haven't got an email there either, you gave me the wrong email address, and there's nothing I can do about that. You are the only one who can solve that problem. If you ordered something and didn't give me your correct email address, I cannot figure out your correct email address, and I'm not God. So please find out if you've tried to schedule a tarot reading, a healing ceremony, or guidance session, or anything else and haven't gotten that invitation to schedule yet. You have to contact me. You can do that here through the connect option on the site. There's a connect option. You can email through there, or you can just email me at lindsay@rogueways.org. But definitely, please be careful when you're buying things and use your correct addresses and email. I've had people put in the wrong address and things can't ship to you, and I don't have the right address. There's no way for me to fix that. So please make sure you're doing this correctly and reach out if you feel you've made a mistake. All right, but I did get this beautiful care package from Emily at holistisemily.com. And that's exactly how you spell it. That's the site, holistisemily.com. And you guys, I can't explain how amazing and beautiful these products are. They are rose scented and rose infused. And if you were listening last week, we talked with Dr. Kimberly McGeorge, and she was talking about how rose helps you remember. And I was saying, I'm going to get some rose. And Emily reached out and asked if she could send me some of her products that are rose infused. And what a sweet, beautiful gift to get, especially when I'm starting to feel better. I got all of these beautiful things. She has a rose tallow cream here that you can get on the site. And she said, some people don't like tallow. Well, I love tallow because I've used tallow soap and it lasts like 60 times longer than regular soap. Tallow is a beautiful thing. And this is so fluffy. I don't know if you can really see. It's a fluffy, beautiful, light rose tallow cream. It's awesome. There's a sugar face scrub with rose. There's a lotion bar. You get to hold in your hands and get all nice and lotionified. A rose anti-aging eye cream. And all of this is handmade by her, holistic, full of beautiful ingredients. And there's even a headache and CBD pain balm that you can use on headaches and anything else. And all of it smells amazing. And I mean, I'm just starting to smell again, so it probably smells even better than I know. But I love these things. And so I wanted to give a shout out to Emily. Thank you so much, Emily, for this care package. It's so nice. It makes me feel so much better. And you can get all of these products here at holistisemily.com. So show Emily some love. If you want to treat yourself and then also show Emily some love. There's also other things that I didn't get, like the animal healing balm, a cinnamon lotion bar, mini lotion bars, sugar cookie scents, amber bracelets. Ooh, those are really nice. And all kinds of stuff that you can grab here. Hairspray. She makes really beautiful products and they're so affordable. Really cool. So go to holistisemily.com and grab your favorites. And finally, I'll tell you the story of this sickness. And I still am up in the air about what's going on. So, sorry. I'm trying to figure out if I should cancel the YouTube right now because I don't remember if they're over mentioning terrain theory or not. Whatever, I'll just leave it up and see what happens. But I just want to say, oh my God, thank you so much, Erin, in the chat. I really appreciate you guys' support so much. You're so kind. You're so good. And the other best way to support the show, of course, is to share. Tell a friend. I know you can't tell everyone because I swear and I say things that are true, but tell people who you know can handle real life about the show. It's the best way to support it. Yes. Thank you, Lindsay Smith, in the chat. I appreciate you. I'm glad. I'm feeling better too. So, germ theory versus terrain theory. It's unclear, it really is. And if you were there when we had Dr. Kaufman and Phoenix Aurelius debating on the show on Rogue Ways at the very beginning of all of this, about 2 years ago, about germ theory versus terrain theory, there's some really, really good points on both sides of it. And in the end, I think Phoenix came closer to terrain theory, but there's still, his piece of him that's not over virus theory or germ theory either. And I understand all the arguments on both sides. And some of them are very compelling, and I think it's silly and preemptive to assume that one is true over the other. And I'm gonna go with a very middle path answer that there's some truth to both. Obviously, if your tank is dirty, you're gonna be a sick fish. But I am not over the possibility of viruses. Whatever we call viruses, they do seem to exist. I get the EMF thing. I do. I get it. I understand that is very likely and very likely true. When I had Dr. Thomas Cowan on, he also was one of the first to really convince me that it is more likely that terrain theory is what's more often going on. But Phoenix, again, we used the IDF machine, and it said there are still things that we could call viruses. They still exist. Yes, terrain theory is mostly what's going on, but there are still things we call viruses. And what was more interesting was that the IDF machine connected them more with demons than anything else we could understand. And that makes so much sense to me too. So I'm not done with it. And I always think it's silly to just pretend we know and just put our foot firmly in one camp and fuck the other camp like that. It's never going to be very appropriate to pretend like we can be absolutely sure about these things. The truth is almost always. I also, in this current illness I'm experiencing, it seems to me like it's a virus. I'll tell you why. So it started with this deep, aching bone pain, bone level aching pain. I'm not talking about muscle soreness. I'm not talking about muscle aches. I'm talking about bone pain, which was the same as the one 2 years ago. Very strange. Before these two sicknesses, I have never had bone pain associated with any sickness I've had ever. So it's been very strange both times. I did also have muscle aches. My muscles also hurt. I also had what I described on my TikTok. If you're on TikTok, you already heard some of this. I also had what they call wandering bee. If you're a Chinese traditional medicine person, you know what I'm talking about. It's connected with toxins flushing from the liver, and they call it wandering bee because it's like a bee is wandering around your body just stinging you randomly. And it really does feel like that. It feels like you're getting stabbed, feels like sharp electric impulses, it feels like you're getting punched. It feels like people are doing that thing where they take their knuckles and grab part of your fat and like twist that shit all over your body. And when I've had this before, because I have that with my autoimmune stuff, I'm trying to describe the rate. It's like, a couple times every 10 minutes or whatever, you might get one throughout a day, and then it's gone for a while. Well, this was like every minute there was another pain somewhere on my body, every minute, and that lasted all day long. And it was driving me insane because you never know where it's going to hit and when, and it's just going to stab you, punch you, or hit you. And so I had that for a whole day as well. That was stage 1. That felt like one type of illness. Then the next stage was my throat being so painful. And I mean, like, not a sore throat, but like it felt like my throat would die if I swallowed one time. False Reality Check is saying same thing that they experienced. Her and Buffalo were just sick as well. Thank you, Juliet, for sending me love. And it's okay. I haven't been on shows, so you're not behind on anything. I've just been doing replays. It's so funny. I do a replay. I'll have Max Egan's been one of my favorite guests. He's been on the show like 4 or 5 times. I do a replay of Max Egan, and it never fails. People are like, holy shit, you got Max on. And I'm like, well, yeah, like 5 times. And this is a replay, but it's funny. So yeah, Chance says, when I had this shit at the end of December, it was like ninjas got shrunk down and put in my organs and were beating me up from the inside. Yeah, dude. Yeah. And so then I had this throat stage. It hurt so bad. I literally didn't want to swallow. I had to consciously force myself to swallow anything because it hurt so bad to do it. That was the same as last time as well. Then that passed and I got, I don't know if I'm missing a stage even. I got a deep lung cough that was very productive and sinus congestion that was very productive as well. And if you're not into colors and descriptions, this is not the live stream for you, because I'm going to tell you, it started like gray. It was fucking gross. I haven't smoked in so many years. Like, there's no reason my lungs should be producing gray. But gray is a color associated with a lot going on lately, so it makes me wonder what they're spraying down or what I've been breathing in or what that was. Then it went to brown. It's a much more normal color, but it makes me think of bacteria, and it kind of worried me. And then it went to green, olive green, and then it went to bright green, and then it went to bright yellow, and now it's back to bright green. And this has been over the past 3 days now, I think. So my point being that all sucked really bad. My other point being, it seems to me like this is multiple segments of DNA, RNA, whatever, shoved together to make one uber virus. It doesn't make as much sense to me, and especially the terrain theory doesn't fit right now, because I just did cleanses. I've been doing all of this, like, upliftment to my physical health. You know, you guys have heard my struggles with autoimmune, and I've been doing all this work. Every day I'm juicing fresh juiced celery, cucumber, grapefruit, all this. I'm eating like hella health. Like, my terrain is clean, and Johnny's too. And we both got slammed with this. I know the EMF thing might fit, but then what the fuck are these stages? You know, like, and maybe it is just those are the stages of EMF poisoning. The wandering bee thing is consistent with toxin dumping of your body, cleansing it's a liver related sort of symptom. So it could be that. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying my brain still thinks it makes sense to have it be like this gain of function shit where they put a bunch of different things together in one and they're like, ha, take this. Here's the other thing that's been very interesting that I've mentioned a few places where I've managed to speak in the past week. And that is that, you know, it seems like there's something to this where they've tried to shut down your body's escape hatches. You know, we have all these ways that our body gets rid of these toxins when we're cleansing ourselves and healing like this, which is what sickness really is, right? Is your body healing itself and cleansing, dumping toxins and cleaning it out. Well, and I won't get too graphic, but anyway, you can imagine your body dumping toxins. Okay, I'll get graphic. Poop, pee, sweat, barf, snot, and all of these things. Anything leaving your body, basically, is a way that your body can get rid of these toxins. Well, a bunch of those have seemed to have a harder time function. I haven't sweat like this whole time. That doesn't even make sense. I haven't had a fever the whole time. And someone said to me today, see, that's not a very bad cough anymore. It's good. Someone said to me today, like, oh, well, you probably had low-grade fevers. No, dude, we have a thermometer. We've been testing ourselves the whole time, and neither of us has had even 1 degree of a fever. No fever. So fever is a way to cleanse your body. No fever. Right? Harder time excreting in all the ways I described than usual. And that's not normal. It's not normal for a sickness. During a sickness, your body's like, all right, ramp up the sweat, like start spitting, like all the things we could think of. Let's get this out of our body. This seems like almost the opposite. So that seems engineered to me. And this is another reason why I'm like, I don't know. Is it a virus? Is it, it could be. Going back to the terrain theory and the EMF thing, if, you know, this has happened to a lot of people right now, and it's also when they say they've been turning on 5G, which doesn't make sense. We know that they've had plenty of 5G all around before now. But it is when the airplanes were worried and they had asked the FAA had asked for them to slow it down or whatever, and they didn't slow it down, but they said they'd whatever. Like, yes, that has been happening according to them. I have no evidence that it wasn't on the whole time, though. So I don't know. And you know, there's this thing, can't remember who said it to me, but it always has stuck with me since then. Remember, these fucks can't create shit. All they can do is try to take credit for things, destroy, and pretend that they created when really all they did was repackage something that already existed. So gain of function makes sense to me. They repackage shit that already existed. Or if this is like a natural sort of EMF storm from the fucking planet, the sun, whatever, and them being like, yeah, no, that's totally us. We did the 5G and shit. We fucked you guys up. I'm like, maybe not. Or, excuse me. Oh yeah, this could just be something that occurs from time to time in bodies for some reason of upgrade or cleansing or renewal. And so we share that with each other. This is like what Dr. Thomas Cowan was talking about when he was saying, with the measles and that type of thing, like it seems like kids just kind of broadcast to each other like, hey, this actually helps us in the end. It's really rough for a second, but like all bodies need to do this now. And they all just start getting it and doing it. And there's actually benefits to it. You have like a less likely chance of getting cancer and shit. Like there's all these weird things that just so happen to be true. And this could be that for us, right? And humanity could be going through something like that, where our bodies are saying to each other, dude, I know it's rough, but like, hey, we got to like upgrade in these ways. We got to reform these things, and it's going to feel like this. It's going to feel like shit, but we're going to do it. And maybe they want to take credit for that. Maybe that's a thing that's happening for many different reasons. Who knows? And they are pretending so that we fear them more and pretend like they have power when they fucking don't. So all of those are my thoughts about being sick and about being in the middle path and not jumping in the camp of either germ or terrain theory, but keeping an open mind to both of them. Yeah, and apparently, and Buffalo False Reality Check thinks that our previous vaccines activated due to a frequency change. And I've thought of the same thing too. We've had vaccines, a lot of us, before we realized what the dealio was with them, and who knows what came into our system from that in the past. It's been a long time for me. It's been since about 2005, I think, before I realized what was happening and was given cervical cancer by the HPV vaccine. And so it would have to be that long ago that they were planning something, but that could totally happen. This was part of my theory about why so many people fell to the programming this round, is because they were getting flu shots, and this mRNA possible mind control mechanism that we've talked about many times, that is well documented by the U.S. military and other places, that is the reason why they have fallen for it so hard, is they've been mind controlled actually before this ever even came about. Yeah, they're talking about weed in the chat, and I know CBD and THC have some powerful healing abilities, and I've been using CBD a lot myself actually, and some really, really, really low amounts of THC to help myself during the sickness. But Andy Diamond in the chat has been saying, no weed for me. Its energy's been hijacked and all I get is psychosis. And it's fucking real, dude. If you are a sensitive person, this shit is no longer the same vibe. Every plant has its consciousness, and some things are happening to this. So you got to be careful with that. You got to be careful with that shit now. Get the organic, get the stuff that's not as modified. So I also want to tell you what I've done to heal myself. There's a lot of it, because we just throw the whole kitchen sink at it. And this is really all Johnny, and if I mangle any of it, it's me and not him. But he's really good at knowing what to do. He's basically like a walking apothecary. And he has had us on oregano oil, vitamin D, liposomal C, raw garlic, vitamin D, quercetin, NAC. All of this is daily, multiple times a day. Usually it's the highest dose and often beyond the highest dose you're supposed to take for a lot of them, because it's still safe. We're just in the US where they want you to die, so you can't listen to them. Lots of hydrating. No matter how much I drink, I still feel thirsty. And, I've been drinking bone broth, a lot of bone broth, what we had left at least, which was a lot. And I haven't been eating as much. And Johnny did some fasting, and that may have helped him more. He's done much better than me, and that's the same as last time he fasted and I didn't. And so that could be the thing to do. I just eat when I'm hungry. I have hardly been hungry, but I've been eating when I am hungry. But I've been trying to eat only, healthy broths, really, really soupy, watery soups, and fresh juices. We've been doing a lot of fresh juices. Just to pack in the nutrients when we are eating and give our body this fighting chance. Zinc I've been taking, and I started ivermectin on day 4 because I was just wanting to die, and I remembered that I had some, and I was like, well, this is now or never, so take it. So I do actually think it helped a lot. I think that's what got me over the hump. Like, I think I was fallen down deep, and I started ivermectin and just started coming up out of it a bit more. And we will never know if I would have started coming back up out of it anyway. That's just one of those things. I hate it when people are stupid enough to say, oh, it wasn't as bad because I got my vaccine. Bitch, you don't fucking know what would have happened to you with or without the vaccine. That's how life works. Like, you have no idea. So shut up. I don't know if any of the things I took had any effect on me. I just know that studies show that they should, and studies do not show that the vaccine should. So anyways, so I don't know, but I did take it and I did start feeling better that day. Way better. So it's anecdotal, but it doesn't hurt you. It's not going to hurt you. And so it's good. It's a zinc ionophore. It gets your zinc right where it needs to go, or your zinc has a hard time getting there otherwise. But you can also do that with quercetin. So if you don't want ivermectin or you can't find it, hint, anyone can find it at any pet store that serves horses. And that is, I won't say anything else. You should do whatever you want and consult a doctor, I guess, even though they kill fucking people left and right. Because that's safer, I'm supposed to tell you. And so now we're talking about ball sunning in the chat. I'm sure it's helpful. Oh, and somehow through all of this, we managed to take care of our chickens too, and they're doing fine, in case you were wondering. I think that's everything I did to heal myself, and it has worked pretty well. But you can imagine, like, what if I wasn't healthy? What if I was going into this with an actually toxic body like so many people have? What if I didn't understand how to take all of those things and eat healthy and drink fresh juices and drink lots of teas and things? I can't imagine how much this would have fucked me. Like, so I can imagine people going to the hospital. Like, I can totally imagine people going to the hospital and genuinely thinking, like, I cannot handle this, I get that. But let's just remember, when you get there, what are they going to do? Deny you the things that they know for sure are going to help, like ivermectin, and put you on remdesivir, and they know for sure is going to give you a 1 in 3 chance of liver failure, and then intubate you even though you're still breathing. And then that's when you die. So if you want that, you should go there. And if you don't want that, you could try these things. And, I don't know. I probably just got fucking kicked off YouTube. Who knows? I don't know what you guys are talking about on the YouTube channel, but this question of, like, are you a doctor? I don't know. You can go fuck yourself. Like, you have to be indoctrinated by the Rothschilds to know that you can take vitamin D and ivermectin. That's what apparently you have to do. Nobody likes you, Kyle. Go away. Just kidding. We love you. Just send Kyle so much love because he's so confused about life and doesn't understand. But yeah, the Snake Jones gives credit to his daily dose of tyrant blood for not being sick. Yeah, no, nobody can prove that germ theory is a fraud. All you can do is ask really good questions that seem to indicate that it probably isn't true. That doesn't mean you know for sure it's not. And that's my whole point. I don't care what you guys believe. You should believe whatever you want. I think believing anything is really dumb. I think it's much smarter to say, here seems to be the evidence. It seems to point this direction. So far, that's what is probably true. And that means there's a huge amount of space left for what it might not be true. We don't know everything. And that is the point. We are much smarter, intelligent people when we can recognize nobody knows for sure. And all we can do is say, here seems to be the best evidence so far. Again, I get sick of repeating myself because I've covered this topic like 80 times with some of the best minds in the world on it. and even they tend to say, like, this is where I lean. I don't pretend to know for sure. So if the best minds in the world, anyways, you guys should think whatever you want. I haven't done an iodine sinus rinse, but I do a salt sinus rinse, which is just as effective. And so I use a neti pot, and I've been doing that daily. This is a question from Alex that I'm answering now. And so I've been doing that daily, and it helps immensely. If you've never done a neti pot and you have any kind of sinus discomfort, including allergies, it's so good. So good. It feels so good. It's so nice. It just clears everything up. It's awesome. We've also been doing silver nose sprays, gargles. I'm sure I've been leaving some things out that we've been doing that have been helping a lot. I'm not going to lie, I've been using my tuning forks a lot to also help the healing, and just obviously resting and sleeping a lot too. So what's up, Jenny B? Nice to see you. But yes. And we'll just throw out there, Thunder Chicken is saying, I can demonstrate with my plants that terrain theory works. I see a virus as bad bacteria, toxins and poisons in the environment, natural or man-made. I'm with you. That's what I actually lean towards right now too, is terrain theory, and what we think of as infectious material is actually toxins, bacterias, parasites, and protozoas. And so that would not be viruses. And I'm saying that, and I've been saying that. I just also don't deny that there could be something called a virus. And again, the IDF machine, which is not the final word, it's just a very, very often correct, we'll say always correct that we know of, machine, says that there are still also viruses, and that the closest humans have come to understanding them is by calling them demons. Take that for whatever you want. I don't give a shit what anyone does with that information. That's what I am now sitting on, is 97% terrain theory, 3% something called viruses still exist, and it's demonic. So anyway, moving right along, I do want to point out that I fucking missed this entirely, but in the giant bill that didn't pass, the Build Back Better bill, they had slipped in car kill switches. Again, we're not stupid enough to think they don't already have them, but they were trying to mandate that they are put into every new car by 2026. And then what it would do. So again, this already probably exists. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about them putting into law that the government can choose to shut off your car when they would like, for any reason. It was not indicated what the reasons might be. What they say are things like, oh, like drunk drivers. Well, sure, until we're fucking China and our credit score is so low that they're like, Lindsay has a show about shit. She says some truth, so shut her car off. She can't go anywhere anymore. And that is the only reason you would want to encode this type of legislation, is so you can control people even more. This didn't pass this time, but I don't know if anybody noticed it. Like, this is a very normie channel here. This is just a car channel. They just talk about cars, and they covered it. And I just don't think anyone's paying attention. So again, it didn't pass, but that's only because it didn't pass this time. They tend to keep going after things until they get what they want. But we can try to be aware of it and try to make especially the normies aware of it, but watch them fucking like seal clap for it like they do for everything else all of a sudden. And they'll convince themselves it's good somehow and that the government should control who drives where and when. We'll see. Yes, they do exist in cars, but the encoding of it in law that the government can use it against you without reason has not existed for 10 years. So we also have this amazing piece of data that has come out from the Department of Defense that has shown that the government tracks everything. And so it's nice when you get government data because they don't fuck around. They're very inept at many things, but one thing they're not inept at is keeping track and record of every fucking thing that happens, especially in, for example, the military. And so the military has been keeping track of the adverse effects of this product they had administered to the vast majority of people. And their numbers have exploded in every single type of adverse effect that they have. A 300% increase in their coding for these things. Miscarriages, death, and everything else in between. So, myocardial infarction, Bell's palsy, congenital malformations, female infertility, and pulmonary embolisms, just to name a few, and all of those have many hundreds of percents of increase as compared with other products they had previously administered that had nothing to do with the past few years and were more standard. So that's pretty fucking telling. So if there's some people who are still left thinking around you, this might be interesting to show them, but it's just one more piece of evidence we have that we're not crazy and that people really are getting fucked up over these products. Maria had pointed out that your gut health also has a lot to do with your ability to stay healthy. And Johnny was saying that after our last master cleanse, which was not that long ago, we didn't do as good of a job replenishing that. And that might be part of why we got sick as well. Those are good points to keep in mind. Thank you, Laura. Good night. I will hope to wake up feeling even better as well. I am very glad, I don't know if anybody else noticed this. Before we move on, I maybe should mention, that I was on a really awesome show last Thursday in the middle of my illness. I was praying for days to just feel good enough because I wanted to be on the show. It's a really cool show. It's called Quantum Woo, and it's on Beyond Mystic channel with Jean Claude and Miriam Heinen. And they're both beautiful souls. They have such a huge audience and a beautiful audience, and the audience is so amazingly receptive. I'm sure a lot of you out there right now are hopped over from there, and so I'm so grateful you guys are here. It's good to have you. So thank you. And it was just funny because I literally got well enough to speak and think clearly just for the 2 hours I was on that show. And then I dropped again. So maybe, I don't know, I'm just very blessed and lucky, but I know there's an influx of people supporting Rogue Ways, and I'm very grateful to have you all here. And thank you for coming by. So, I want to also mention, of course, this really fake bullshit that I guess I'm sure a lot of people are going to believe actually happened, but clearly didn't. And this is that truck that crashed, and a hundred monkeys, 100 lab monkeys were in this truck. Somehow the truck came open. Somehow the back door opened. Just so stupid. And somehow a woman stopped and pulled over to help and stuck her hand in a cage. She doesn't even say she got bit. She just says Why would you why would you be like, holy shit, that truck just crashed, and then pull over and then be like, oh my God, and then run up to a cage and stick your hand in it? Not say that you were bit. Just take your hand right back out. And then a little bit later, you have a cough and pink eye. She stuck her hand in a monkey cage, and the monkey hissed at her, which gave her pink eye and a cough. It's just so unbelievable and so stupid that I think people will believe it, because they'll be like, I mean, why would you make that up? Well, they'll make it up because they want you to believe that this is why some next fucking variant might be like going around or some stupid shit. This is literally in fucking movies. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. So then they're like, oh, only 5 of the monkeys got away, and then we caught 4 of them, but there's still one out there somewhere. And I'm like, I bet you don't have trackers in your lab, monkeys. I bet you just happen to be driving 100 sick monkeys and you just happen to crash and the door just happened to come open and some civilian just happened to stick her hand in and get hissed on. I fucking bet that's what happened. Like, these people can't even write a fucking script well. This shit is so stupid. It's so stupid. Alex, of course, has been pointing out, he's our resident Chinese astrologer / numerologist, and Alex has been pointing out this is the year of the tiger. Don't be mad at me if I get this wrong, Alex. And this is the year of the tiger, and the monkey is the natural enemy of the tiger. I'm pretty sure that's what's right? And so we see a lot of this tiger and monkey symbolism being put around, tigers as the winners, monkeys as the losers and the bad guys. And so people who are monkeys are going to have a bad year. Things associated with monkey energy are going to have a bad year. And this woman is a fucking monkey and she's going to have a bad year. Doesn't her face look familiar to you? I bet you she's probably been in some other false flags. There's the monkey just sitting on a wood pile glaring. It's so stupid. Look at this. Like, how that just happened. I fucking bet. These are all just monkeys in boxes, and a woman just came up and stuck her hand in one. Like, I wonder what's in here. It's fucking so stupid. So anyways, infectious disease doctors are worried. Like, yeah. I mean, that's why you don't send monkeys across the fucking country on trucks, I guess. Chance said they sacrificially killed 3 of the monkeys for health. It was probably the 3 wise monkeys. Hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. Oh, so now Katie Wilson has a quote she shared in the chat, and apparently this woman, Michelle Fallon, has now said that she also was exposed to people with COVID that night. So she went and stuck her hand in a monkey cage on a freeway somewhere just for fun, just for shits. She just thought, you know what? I'm going to die someday. I just want to stick my hand in a wild animal's cage while it's angry and traumatized after having been thrown from a truck. That's what I want to do with my life. And then she went to a party afterwards, just in case she had been exposed to some toxic fucking shit. She wanted to make sure everyone else had a chance to catch it too. It's so stupid. So that's the dumb, stupid shit going on right now that I hope no one believes. I would love to get like an honest poll of actual regular people and be like, do you think this fucking happened? Like, what the fuck? So then we've got this trucker convoy. We're finally getting there. And Justin Trudeau, this fucking Castro's son, Castro and fucking Merkel's son, says that he has COVID suddenly. It's not that he doesn't want to face the fucking million people descending on him right now who are angry as fuck at his tyranny. It's that he has COVID and he has to go quarantine. Like, bitch, no one doesn't see through this. Even normies see your pansy ass bullshit. Like, you can't even face. This is why we need actual fucking men in the world. We need the divine masculine like a motherfucker. And this guy, I don't even know what he is, but he doesn't have any divinity in him. Please excuse me. I'm so sorry. So what a cuck, bitch. Everybody laugh at Justin. I don't feel bad for you. I hope you come out. And I hope they have guillotines. And I hope you die. And if nothing else got me kicked off YouTube, that might have done it. I should fucking stop, but I can't. It was the worst day of her life when she stuck her hand in the monkey cage. I bet it was hard being hired for that gig and acting this poorly for so long. Yeah, he probably is in Cuba doing unspeakable things to children. What an asshole. No one likes you, Justin. No one likes you. So I just have some really cool things to share. Oops. So this is the Rogueways Telegram chat. I should probably do it more like this. Oh, God. Can this go away? There. Anyway, if you haven't been in the Rogue chat yet, it's t.me/roguewayschat is the chat. You can also go to t.me/rogueways if you just want the bulletin board. I'm going to go really soon. I just want to remind us, $5 million raised before they got canceled. They're going to get that money back. 1.5 million people heading to the Capitol, 50 to 80,000 trucks coming, and maybe even more. The U.S. has trucks as well as broad general support. Sorry, I'm not trying to show everybody shit in here. There's so many good videos people have been sharing. Why is this over here? And I thought it'd be fun to see some of them. There's people on every overpass. One of our group members went to an overpass today and said that the overpass was so full there wasn't any room left. There was over 100 people on any given overpass. Just see them all crowded up there. Like, there's more support for this than I have seen for anything since Occupy. And again, they did the exact same thing to Occupy. They tried to scratch it. They tried to not tell anybody about it. But you can't fucking stop it. And the people who know. We got some beautiful signs here. Coercing and forcing things in someone's body against their will is what rapists do. No rape vax. All these beautiful Canadians up here reminding us what it is to be human. History in the making. Freedom for the world. And it really is for the world. The whole world is in support of this and watching. And we have huge protests all around the world too. Germany, especially right now, is just not taking any shit. And we should be so proud of these people. They're out here in these like negative temperatures. It's so cold. They're ramping up the energy prices on everybody right now in the world. They really want us to crumble, and we're not doing it. We're going to stand together because normal people don't like tyranny, and we're normal. So we got a lot of good videos, and this is just, again, of the people who have gone out and got some of these videos today. There's another one here. Just to give you an idea. We get the idea. So yes, there's been a lot of beauty up there in Canada. Our friends to the north are holding it down. You know, we've got a lot of U.S. people headed up there too. A lot of U.S. truckers, a lot of U.S. people supporting this. So it's beautiful to see the international connection. And Someone just said on YouTube, 23 watching and 23 likes. Well, there's 55 watching on Rockfin. So I always want to encourage you guys to go to Rockfin instead, where not only will you get all of every episode because they don't censor me there, but there's almost always way more people too in the chat having a conversation, and it's free. Just go do it. It's way better. YouTube is a dying, stupid piece of shit. And if you're over there, anywhere else, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, it's also not the place. You gotta go to Rockfin. I do want all the people possible to like, share, subscribe. Seriously, think of like 2 people you know who might like it and send them Rogue Ways. If you've never mentioned it before, you're not doing me any favors. I really appreciate those of you who are sharing and surprised. I have people ask me, can I share this? Yeah, please do. Please share. That's the point. We want to get more and more of us here in the Rogue fam. Go to the Telegram chat and join us there. It's for everybody. It's also free. If you want to support the show, the best way is to go to rogue.locals.com and join us there. That's our secret club. If you're $2 a month is it, and you get access to everything special, all of the episodes I do that are not fully anywhere else. And Rockfin is the other best way to support Rockfin. If you support on Rockfin, you get everybody else's content as well. I'm doing a Forbidden Knowledge News conference soon, and it is on Rockfin exclusively, and it is for supporters only. And again, if you're a supporter of Rogue Ways, you already have access. This is how Rockfin works. You support once and you get access to everybody's exclusive content. Sam Tripoli's, everybody who's on there. And so all the exclusive content is there. Rogue.locals.com is just like our little fake better than Facebook, because we actually can see every post and every comment, and there is no censorship there either. So it's a fantastic place to be too. And I love you all so much. Thank you for visualizing me healthy and well in every way. And if we're going to make this even slightly middle pathy today, then our second practice, our first one was a quick moment where we sent love and light and beauty and joy to all those truckers, protection to them, the understanding that infiltration happens to any successful movement. And so everyone there, we're just going to send them awareness of what's around them and who's around them, to be smart with that. But our second practice today, because we like to do 2 practices on Middle Path, is to send me and anyone else, Johnny, any of you who are feeling ill lately, visualize us all healthy and well in every way. And if there is EMF fuckery to do with it, visualize this protective barrier between us and it. And if there is some germ theory aspects to it, visualize our body learning how to deal with that. And if it is otherwise toxins and other things leaving our bodies, then we visualize our bodies dealing with that well. And either way, we visualize all of us healthy and well in every way, with love and protection. And that we do much better than this normally. I'm just barely pulling it together today. But I love you all. I'm glad you've been here. So many people in the chat on YouTube I haven't seen in a long time. Serena Del Mar is one, and Jonathan Crossland another. You guys are old school. Thanks for being here. Raven Page, nice to see you. Gordon, nice to see you. James Maiden, nice to see you over there. So if you didn't see me on Beyond Mystic, you can go to Beyond Mystic channel and catch the episode we did last Thursday. It was a super fun episode. Definitely worth checking out if you haven't yet. And again, I'm just going to mention, if you're one of the people who has recently purchased something and you haven't gotten an email, you didn't give me the correct email and I can't contact you. So please contact me at lindsay@rogueways.org or through the connect button on the website and reach out, or just check your spam folder. It's one of those. It either went to your spam folder or you didn't give me the right address. So I absolutely have already gotten back to 100% of people. And so if you haven't, it's not because I'm slow. It's because one of those things is happening. So I just want to make sure you guys know that. Anyways, I'm going to go rest. I hope to be back and better than ever on Sunday. Let me just tell you, because I forget what's going on. On Sunday, we're going to have Deborah Lynn Katz on the show. Super excited for that. On Tuesday, we've got a really special show that's going to piss a lot of people off in celebration of Black History Month. We are going to talk about the true history of slavery. I can't wait, not because I love pissing people off, but because I love the truth and I want to learn about this theory that things aren't quite what we thought. And then I was going to have Phoenix tonight, but I told him I don't want to cough and sneeze and not be present enough to ask really good questions and have a good conversation. So we're put it off. And so he'll be here on the 10th, actually. And then next Sunday, we're going to have the return of Mary Helen Hensley. So we've got some big names and some fun things coming up. All of February is packed with some really great guests. Very excited. I'm also going to be on Quite Frankly in the not too distant future. Quite Frankly was just on Rogue Ways recently. If you didn't catch that episode yet, it's a really fun, really short, good one. And I'm going to be on his show soon. And so a lot of big things coming up. I'm going to shut up now. I love you guys. Thanks for visualizing me healthy, Will, in every way. Send your love and honor to these truckers who have reminded us what true humanity looks like and what true divine masculine does when we are in the face of such horrible oppression. So much love to them. I'm so grateful. And until all of us find that same steel within us, that same love that reaches out beyond tyranny and connects and uplifts all of humanity on the way, travel well, aim for balance, and always look inside first. Mwah.
Yeah, come on, Rat Kings, baby. It's the rap machine. Yeah, check it. Gray bearded pirate, my motherfucker unknown. Yeah, come on. In the place with my fist up, meaning I resist the bullshit that they feed us and lead us. This is just a part of the process, man. Just watch this, cause this shit's about to get crazy like a mosh pit. We lost it, toss it, let's start it again. Cause now with technology, with smarter men and women, this is the beginning, not the end. And this is the message of hope that I send. Look on your TV, it's a culture of death. They'll keep on lying to the very last breath. We keep on striving and spreading the truth. It's hard to survive in this world for the youth. The door is closed, the old world is dead. Let's have an age of understanding instead. I'll include you and you include me. Let's see what we can build with some positivity. Let's go, you're moving too slow. Let me see your hands if you know what I know. Come on.
Rap like mummy, ain't no dummy in my rhyming. Started flowing freestyling, now they rhyming loud silence. On with the violence, bodies piling with the gray-bearded pirate. On your TV in 4K 3D virtual reality. Casualty of urban warfare. I know but I'm not scared, just prepared and aware. Shining my light through the tunnel of hope. Into the rope, but I'ma give it one more pull. Till the family is full. Take the bull by the horns and lead it to the slaughter. That would be harder and you would be softer. Sometimes I'm a monster, and you forever imposter, which is champagne and lobster. This royalty, the way it was supposed to be. Hopefully the new door opens and the old one closes, with way more focus and growth to mold us, and the truth that they should have told us.
To them screens, it's a plot to drop the IQ. Fighting amongst each other over rulers that don't like you. Prefer us trapped in melancholy with the wood wands of holly. Suggestions that obliterate to camouflage the folly. Attempted mental robbery, executed sloppily. The paupers see this mockery and walk the talk with me. Put the hands up to touch the Akasha, cause you know deep down there's something bigger than your wallet. Everyone got a gift, everyone got a light. They want you to forget that ish, cause they can't dim the bright. The positive vibration takes you past the sign shackles, from the sewers and the alleys into moving castles. Who these assholes really serving with an exposed Achilles surgeon around the corner lurking to prove ascension trumps perversion? Learn them to catch fish and unplug the signal. Show them the simpletons now build the fucking temples.